Hello, it's me, back at it again with a new video. After 4 months. What a short time. Anyway, I'm here to tell you how to combo a pretty decent ability with a not so decent ability. That's right, kiddo, I'm talking about Valda F1 and Valda V2. Anyway, as I'm sure many of you are aware, I'm not good at editing, so instead of getting someone else to do it, I've decided to just splice some clips together and then react to it. Wowee. Anyway, let's get into it. As I'm sure you're aware, V2 is a terrible ability when it comes to landing it, so you're gonna need some help. I've come up with two methods. I like to call them the turn method and the flip method. You'll see why. Pretty self-explanatory, right? You do whatever stagger you need, whether it's a left click on katana or a right click on longsword. That's interesting, we'll get into that later. Forget I said anything about longsword, fuck that weapon. Left click on katana, uppercut, you turn. Now, the reason you're turning is because if you don't turn, the bump from your ultimate, which you do automatically if you ult next to someone who's in the air, you have a pretty decent area for that, by the way, it's an AoE bump. But anyway, the ult will push them too far forward, and one dodge will be enough for them to get out if you just do a standing uppercut into ult. Now, this isn't the same with a sliding uppercut because it gives you extra height with the katana, but for consistency here, we'd use the turn method because it cuts the distance by a significant amount and allows you to basically get a true ult. Now, this is something you want to use against Mataris and Yotos, right? It's pretty safe against every character that can't really just press Alt or F in the middle of a combo, right? But there are going to be times where you can't use this method, which is why we have the flip method. So, flip method, as you can see here, you stagger them mid-air to make them fall to their side, and just as they're about to touch the ground, you ult, and it flips them. That's why we call it the flip method. We have fun here. Now, the reason we have the flip method is because, well, one, it's funny to flip people, but two, sometimes you don't really have an option. We'll find out more about that later. But the problem with the flip method is Yoto Hime, when she ults, is immune to being Valda ulted. And what that means is, as soon as you flip her like a pancake, she's going to ult as soon as that stagger wears off, just as that wave is about to touch her, and your ult will be gone. And that's not fun. Matari might be able to ult and then instantly F during the flip method. I'm not entirely sure, but I wouldn't risk it, to be honest. I would just say use the turn method in those two. Moving on. This is Longsword. I added a grapple here for some reason, I don't know why, just to be stylish I guess. But this is what I was talking about earlier. Because Longsword has a multi-hit uppercut, I assume this is why, I don't fucking know. Because the first hit, yeah, it's multi-hit. The first hit uppercuts them as you would, right? And then the second hit knocks them to the side. Kind of sounds like the flip method, right? That's because it is. Longsword forces you to use the flip method. So you need to be aware when you're using a longsword, if you're fighting a Yoto, this might go poorly. Bubble, uppercut, focus attack, pretty standard. Moving on. With Spear, it's a lot more fun. You do, your standard uppercut stuff. Then you go for the right click into the turnaround for the turn method. Same as longsword, you can do RMB or LMB focus. LMB focus is a bit harder. The reason for that is because you need to hold W at certain timings, and it can easily whiff if you're not close enough. And you need to make sure you're close enough before you uppercut in the first place, but LMB into bow shot is true, which is why I prefer LMB focus. That bow shot confirms either a second bow shot, an uppercut against someone who doesn't have a soft combo break, or you could just do this if you're not sure. Dagger. This one's tricky. This one forces you to use the flip method, but it also knocks them pretty far, so I don't know if it's even true actually. See how far they are? I don't know. TJ definitely rolls out of that. But I like the dagger one, it's pretty nice. Dual blades, this is another one I'm not sure is true. We're using the turn method here. I mean, I have combat bot turned on. I tried it like 20 times, he never dodged out. I don't know, dude. Feels legit. I don't know. Nunchucks, I love this one. Turn method. Very fun for all the family. Great sword. Listen, buddy, you're never gonna get a guaranteed ult with GS. Just forget about it, man. Okay. This isn't so great with GS, man. I'm gonna be honest, dude. This isn't so great with GS, bro. I tried so long, dude. I tried so long. Best I can get you is equivalency of a bubble, bro. Land your ult somehow. I don't fucking know how. I don't care how. Just land your ult, dude. Just land your ult. Pretty much same as you know. Okay, I don't know if the whole grapple into focus thing after this is true. I've been told by many sources that it's true. I don't know how to do it. I never tried like more than 10 seconds. Okay, but if you know how to do that, then do that after this. You Gucci, okay? Is this the exact same as using a bubble? Yes. But after you ult, you can heal, right? You can heal once against someone with fucking against someone who's drinking lots of coffee. You can heal. You have enough time to heal one to bubble, okay? Against a lazy person that doesn't want to tap out as fast as they possibly humanly can, you have time for 2 heals in a bubble, right? So regardless, it's value, all right? And you don't always have your bubble of cooldown, all right? Listen, you don't always have your bubble. Also, hitting your bubble is hard sometimes, okay? So if you're forced to defensively ult and heal, but it's good. Just hit your ult. Just hit your fucking ult. This weapon is stupid. But disclaimer: using uppercuts in with stuff on someone who's already in the air is it's a suboptimal attempt at playing Naraka. So we're using the abilities the other way around. Okay, we bubble first and then we ult, because there's just no point. There's no point. Note, you can cancel halfway through the purple focus because this weapon's stupid. Flip method. I think you can do a turn method as well. I think the only reason it was a flip method is because of how long I waited. So you basically just go for the double Dragon Slayer into ult, which means this starts with a blue focus, but hey, take some risks. Katana, we all know this one. Infinite the Tarka's back. Do not take any disrespect from a Tarka player. Infinite them back. I mean, infinite them first. If you let them, if they infinite you first, you're gonna die. You're an F1 Valda. God damn it. All right, this one. Okay, this one is a bit tricky. See, the problem with Valda ult is it's spinning, right? It's spinning. Let's go back a little bit. Not far enough. He's spinning. See, he's spinning. See, now the reason why him spinning sucks for us is that there's very little consistency when it comes to a katana focus on the ground. So, I present to you an option. Bubbling on the ground, a distance away, and then, you know, focus attacking them into the bubble with a right-click focus attack, and then do whatever cool fancy jazz you have afterwards. Very cool, very fancy, very nice. Yeah, let's watch that again. I like it. Alright, problem with that, because they're spinning and the katana focus is a multiple hit focus, and because their feet are just barely dangling in the range of said focus, is that every time you do this, you're not getting the exact same result of when you hit them, where you hit them, how you hit them, right? And the reason why this works in V2's garbage anti-stagger existence is the first blade hits them and frees them, and then the second, through however many blades hits, launches them. It won't always launch them, right? Because of the spinning and the blades. And when it does launch them, it might not launch them that close or that far, or because there's an enemy directly above your head, the auto aim might get a bit funky with you. So this is definitely not a reliable combo to use in any sense. So let's show you something even less reliable. I literally sat here and tried to do this for 5 minutes, knowing exactly how to do it and doing it the exact perfect way every single time for 5 minutes to get one fucking success. Once again, spinning targets. I don't care how good you are, you cannot account for this spinning garbage. But yes, it is possible to get a focus attack into sliding uppercut into whatever jazz you want to do, which is great because, you know, you can bubble reset afterwards, right? You don't have to bubble. That's like peak value. Good luck doing it, but that's peak value, right? I mean, sometimes you won't even have your bubble, so I guess the value in that is if you have no bubble and you're screwed and your bubble won't be back anytime soon, you can just give it a shot and see what happens. Just don't complain when you die. I warned you. Anyway, this has been another Paku video. See you in 4 months.